Morning market snipers, this is Jesse. Welcome back. 9 a.m. on the dot. We're going to get rocking and rolling here. This is the Bitcoin chart, right? And before we dive into the Bitcoin chart, if you're new to the channel, awesome. Welcome aboard. First 15, 30 minutes, we're going to dive through the charts pretty hard. But if you want me to chart an asset for you, we're going to do that in the second half of the live stream. So make sure to comment if it's crypto, stock, Forex, whatever it is, the ticker symbol, all that stuff. Put all the details into it, and then we'll cover it on the second half. As long as we've got time, we'll try to rock and roll and put all that in. So first come, first serve, right? Bitcoin chart. This is the daily chart. Still, have that bearish divergence. We have that possible lower high, right? Not confirmed yet because this low hasn't been taken out. So possible lower high. This candle right here is getting very wicky to the upside. So it's starting to look a little bit bearish over there, right? So something to keep an eye on. Also, and we'll circle back to Bitcoin. We're going to dive in a little bit deeper. But is Ethereum leading the way to the downside, right? Is Ethereum leading the way to the downside? We also have bearish divergence that we talked about on Ethereum. We had a lower high confirmed because this candle close here on December 17th that we've talked about yesterday took out this pivot low, right? So this lower high has been confirmed with this lower low here. And now we have a pending sell signal on Ethereum. And we'll continue to go through it all. Let's throw on the charts. So we mapped it all out already. Bearish divergence, right? Bearish divergence on the daily chart, followed by a lower high. We talked about it yesterday, and it was confirmed after it took out this pivot. So it took out this pivot. It's hit target 1 to the downside so far. After hitting longer term target 2 to the upside, has come back, retraced it. A pending sell that flips in. This was a pending sell signal as well back here. Didn't close with the sell. So if the chances are and the probabilities are that it's continuing to look like it's going to have a sell signal, and then we'll find out if it starts closing back below the first target here on Ethereum. Then we're going to be looking at target 2, possibly target 3 and 4. So we'll find out if it does that. We've been talking about Bitcoin having a bigger retracement, which means crypto probably also has a bigger retracement prior to the halving before the next full bull run. So we'll continue to watch it over here, but Ethereum does have a pending sell signal. We've been all over it. We've been covering it. Bearish divergence, lower high confirmed with a lower low there. And now we have a pending sell signal and it's breaking down in real time, right? So flip back over to Bitcoin. This is what we had. We had it kind of mapped out based off of lower time frames, right? And it was based off of the 4-hour chart. But really, overall, we're kind of watching like this. Will it find support at this key target 3 area? Possible, right? But one thing to watch out for is that we've had also bearish divergence that we've been talking about. We had also bearish divergence. This is also looking like a lower high, but was not confirmed. Where Ethereum was confirmed because it took out this pivot low, it was not confirmed. So we'll find out if it starts to break down, continues to break down, right? Because it hasn't made a 2023 higher high yet since December 8th. So it's been 11 days since Bitcoin's made a higher high, right? And so we'll find out. It's just been kind of consolidating sideways. And we're going to find out if it's going to be to the upside or the downside. So it's kind of back testing right now. If it comes back down, right, we're going to put this arrow back on. If it comes back down, then we're going to see it retest target 3 right here and then see if it comes back down to target 4. So again, it did break out to the upside, but it could be a fake out. Is it a breakout or is it a fake out, right? So on the lower time frame, it broke out, but we're cautious on it because of the bearish divergence. It looks like it's trying to break back down again. If you look at the 4-hour chart, right? The 4-hour chart that we've been kind of watching. This trend line is based off the daily chart, but it's coming back for that retest right now. If it doesn't hold, then it could start to break down, and we'll watch it similar to Ethereum, right? Similar to Ethereum, had a sell signal on the 4-hour chart. Bitcoin does not yet. So let's go back to the daily chart. This is what we're kind of watching. So Very similar to Ethereum, we have this bearish divergence going all the way back to here, right? So bearish divergence, similar to Ethereum. This could be a possible lower high. We've been talking about it. It's not something that's new. This candle is starting to look very bearish, very wicky up here. Trap some more bulls to the upside, possibly, right? Too early to say. Good morning, Rick's Moneymakers Helton. Welcome back. Welcome back, Rick. Good to see you back. Javier, good morning. 4K Mods, up. Yesy, how you doing? Doing great. Thank you. Caesar, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Caesar. And Alejandro, good morning. Good morning, everybody. So that's Bitcoin, right? So some of the Bitcoin miners were pumping very hard. For example, HUT was almost up 10%. Marathon Digital was almost up 10%. Hive was almost up 10%. So they've had quick, sharp reversals. Don't forget to take profits along the way, right? Depending on what your strategy is. If it's a long-term hold, that's different, right? You have to just decide what your plan of attack is. Did you buy at the lows? And are you basing it off of the daily chart, the weekly chart? If you're in the 4-hour chart, whatever you are, you have to decide what your strategy is, right? So we're going to look at all of them. We're going to look at the weekly, daily, and sometimes even the lower time frames. So you've got Bitcoin starting to look like a fake out now. And if it follows Ethereum, like I said, it could have a pending sell signal in the near future. Remember, we had long-term bearish divergence, possible lower high, and RSI had already taken out the low, right? We were talking about it, covered it, and I posted in the Discord as well. So several places over there. Let's take a look at Sand. Also closing back below the trailing dots. No sell signal yet. We talked about it. There was bearish divergence, right? Bearish divergence near, kind of broke down from this upward trend line, came all the way back up, back tested it, could start breaking down from there. Dot could have a pending sell signal in the near future, most likely, right? You got the bearish divergence, bearish divergence, bearish divergence. It's possible it comes in for a retracement, right? Chainlink had the bearish divergence followed by the sell signal, possible lower high confirmed, right? Still bearish on Chainlink. Chainlink's kind of been leading the way because as far as like there was a sell signal on the daily chart, whereas there wasn't a sell signal on some of the other crypto assets yet, right? Yet. As you can see, Ethereum breaking back down. So, Chainlink had the sell signal back here. Ethereum's having it again right here. It was having a pending sell signal back here and push all the way back up. So we'll see how the daily candle closes, but it is breaking down. Keep that in mind. Let's look at Solana, right? You got bearish divergence on Solana as well. Is this going to be a possible sneaky lower high after bearish divergence? It's possible, right? Cardano didn't have bearish divergence longer term, like all the rest of the crypto assets. Make sure to smash the like button. Make sure to smash that like button, smash the subscribe button. Help me, help you, help me. That'd be great. Thank you. Our goal is 100 likes. So we're getting closer and closer, but we still haven't hit that goal yet, right? We still haven't hit that goal. Bitcoin back down to $42,000, breaking down in real time. So plan accordingly, right? Plan accordingly and know what your plan was before you take a position. That's what I say. So, but Cardano rejected a 200-week moving average, did have this bearish divergence here, right? Had bearish divergence here, and now it's breaking back down. So Matic had a sell signal on Sunday, the 17th, so a couple days ago, right? Had a reversal candle here. So is breaking back down and is back below the 200 moving average. So is Matic also leading the way, right? Some of these crypto assets looks like it might be leading the way. We've got Matic here, reversal signal, possible lower high, confirmed lower high with a lower low, taking out that pivot. And now it is just in correction mode for Matic right now. Rock and roll. Let's go. Mana, right? You got bearish divergence followed by a reverse candle, possible lower high confirmed, right? Lower high confirmed back here on the 15th, took out this pivot here, right? So lower high is put in and then rock and rolling to the downside. There was most likely a pending sell signal yesterday and then pushed all the way back up. May have one today. Got very wicky here on that candle. Red trending dots on Mana. Bitfarm. Woo! What a move it was to the upside all the way from back down here. This would be an embarrassing. It'd be an engulfing bearish candle if this holds true, right? If that holds true, that's a bearish engulfing candle. That's not looking good. Very wicky up here. It looks like a correction's coming in for Bitfarm. Don't forget to take profits along the way. Whatever your strategy is, unless you're a long-term buying holder, right? That's completely different. Obviously, none of this is financial advice. Obviously, this is for educational purposes only. And obviously, it's for sometimes entertainment purposes only. Hopefully, it's entertaining every once in a while. Bitfarm, possible engulfing bearish candle, right? HUT wicked all the way up to target 3, was all the way up to $13.68. What a move it's been since the bottom. We've been calling it out in the Discord, even on the 1-hour chart, right? So even on the 1-hour chart, I posted it back down here below $8.80. It was below $8.80. And I posted in the Discord on the 13th, posted again on the 14th as it was starting to progress. The 14th, it was before the buy signal on the 13th on the 1-hour chart. And then on the 14th, there was a buy signal on the 4-hour chart. And then, of course, the daily chart was after that on the 15th. And here we are. Price came all the way up, hit target 3 so far on HUT. 1-hour chart is ultra bullish, still kind of letting the trending dots kind of catch up. 4-hour chart, right? Had that buy signal back here on the 14th, like I said. Daily chart kind of progressing through. Had the buy signal on the 15th. So 1-hour chart, then the 4-hour chart, then the daily chart, and then there is still a pending buy signal in the weekly chart as of right now as well. So that's what we're kind of watching right there on HUT. Hive, right? Had the buy signal on the daily chart, had the buy signal on the weekly chart. We posted this a long time ago. This was a long time ago. You can see I left it on the chart. It was back here. We were posting at $3.11 based off of the daily chart. Then it flipped to the buy signal on the weekly chart. And so far, we had it going all the way up to the 200-week moving average. So far, it's gone all the way up to target 2. So far, it's currently at 3.76 right now. So we're going to leave it up here, right? The risk to reward ratio was 11.66 to 1. That's insane, right? 11.66 to 1, right? That is crazy. What about DOT? Yeah, I covered DOT. Didn't I? I covered DOT. Daily chart. Yeah, I covered DOT. So, if not, they're all looking very similar 4K mods. So bearish divergence, right? You got bearish divergence, and it's starting to break down. So yeah, covered it. They're all starting to look similar. So maybe I missed it, but yeah, DOT, bearish divergence, and no confirmed lower high yet, right? Unless we consider these lower highs. I don't know. It's pretty close, but yep, you got it. Yeah, bearish divergence on DOT down 2%. So seems like the correction is continuing there. We've got bearish divergences. We've got targets that could possibly go lower. No pending sell signal yet on DOT. And doesn't mean it couldn't pump back up, put in a more defined lower high. That is always possible, right? Ethereum had a more defined lower high, right? Sand had a more defined lower high. So DOT maybe there's a sneaky lower high, but there's not as much of a defined lower high. So that's DOT. Georgie, if you'd had all your savings on ADA and Sol 50-50, what average price return? Yeah, that sounds like we're getting into financial advice, right? So you just have to decide what your strategy is. Is it based off of the daily chart, right? Because 25 cents is based off the daily chart. And Sol, we were getting in around like $18, $19, $20. So you have to decide what your plan is, right? So Georgie, yeah, we're not going to give financial advice. That might be a clever way of trying to ask. Of course, not asking financial advice, but yeah, just for entertainment. Yeah, I'm not gonna play that game, Georgie. So sorry, Charlie, Georgie. I'm not gonna play that game, right? So I'm not gonna tell you with a winky face what to do, what not to do, right? You have to decide what your game plan is. Are you a buy and holder? Are you a swing trader? Locking in profits to buy back lower? You have to decide. Is it based off the daily chart, based off the weekly chart? Are you on the 4-hour chart? All that stuff, right? So yeah, I'm not gonna play that game. You got it. You got it. Good morning, Arnold. Welcome back, longtime market sniper, and our first official only Discord moderator. Thanks for all your help over there. Yep. Morning, Ollie. Welcome back. So yeah, DOT breaking down, crypto's breaking down. You have to decide what your plan of attack is. Try to buy back cheaper, lock in profits, all that stuff, or you're a buy and holder. If you're a buy and holder, cool. That's your strategy, right? You're going to hold through some pain though, right? Because expect even a bull run. And I'm not even calling this the full bull run yet because we're not even to the halving. I'm talking about like right before the halving, which is, April 18th, 2024 is the estimated halving. Possibly right before, possibly afterwards. Then the full bull run begins, possibly for the next 12 months, assuming we get another bull run, right? Never guarantee. There's never a guarantee, right? So we'll continue to watch it. Rodrigo, good morning, Jesse. Good morning, Rodrigo. The man is telling bearish divergence, take it and make a decision for yourself. Yep, right? And if you're not ready to make your own decisions yet, then I highly recommend jumping into the Discord, taking the 60 plus hours of recorded coaching and learn it for yourself. In less than 1 to 3 months, depending on how much time you invest, you'll be making your own decisions. And Georgie, you'll never have to ask me again. You can still run things by me. I answer questions all the time, but what you should do financially is not one of them, right? No matter how many times you ask me not you, but people ask me in the direct messages in a clever way, right? I'm not going to tell you, right? My same answer is always going to be the same answer. So, anyways, I'm just gonna for the purposes of the public live streams, my public charts, Discord charts, all that stuff. I'm letting you know what I see. You have to make your own decisions. I'm just letting you know what I see. Snipers were killing it yesterday in Discord. Awesome, Arnold. Awesome. BTC looks like doing a range. Yeah. There is bearish divergence, though. There is bearish divergence range for now. I'm taking it today. Oh gosh. Here we go. Well, I hope you know what you're doing. All right, DOT, chain link. Let's get back to it. HUT, right? HUT. These are like catching lightning in a bottle, right? Wild animals. Marathon Digital, ultra bullish on the daily chart. Riot, multiple targets were hit today, right? Marathon Digital hit longer term target 1, right? Longer term target 1 was hit for Marathon Digital. It's ultra bullish on the weekly chart. It's ultra bullish on the daily chart. It's getting very extended away from the trending dots. Doesn't mean it can't come back for retracement, or doesn't mean it can't come up all the way to hit target 2. Doesn't mean it can't consolidate sideways, right? But right now it's ultra bullish on the weekly chart, ultra bullish on the daily chart. NASDAQ still ultra bullish on the weekly chart. We mapped up these, it's making all-time highs, right? It's trending upwards. It's making all-time highs. It's above the trending dots. It's ultra bullish on the daily, ultra bullish on the weekly chart, and it hit $17,000 today, right? On the futures, NASDAQ futures. So kind of flat overall, only 0.2%, but it is, this is in the 7th weekly green candle in a row. Bitcoin had 8 weekly green candles in a row. We talked about it yesterday. Could NASDAQ be following Bitcoin, have 8 weekly green candles in a row, right? Let's see. 8. Let's see. Let's count it. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This would be the 8th, right? This would be the 8th green candle in a row on the weekly chart. And Bitcoin had 8. And now then it had a red candle last week. So is the NASDAQ following Bitcoin? It has in the past, right? If you look back to November and December 2021, right? Bitcoin started correcting first, and then the NASDAQ followed it after that. So it'd be interesting to see. We're not saying it's going to. We're not saying it's going to, but if the NASDAQ had 8 consecutive green candles as well, and then had a red consecutive, not consecutive, but had a red weekly candle after that, and then that would be interesting that it was very similar to Bitcoin. So is the tail wagging the dog, right? Is the tail wagging the dog? No, I mean, I'm taking, awesome. Awesome, Georgie. Welcome. Yeah, give me once you sign out, sign out. Once you sign in, right? If you sign in and you do it, right? Don't forget, like if you go to services and you subscribe, next steps. Don't forget next steps. Once subscribed and payment has been made, you will see a thank you page on Stripe. The thank you page will have a private Discord link and a Google Docs link. Not a lot, but some people miss that, and then I have to resend them a new link. So just remember, there's a private Discord link on the checkout page, and then there's a short Google Docs form. It's like 4 questions, right? Please complete this form with your billing email, Discord, and TradingView name to gain access to the indicators. Please email me if you have any issues or questions, right? So it's all in there in the next steps. But some people get excited, they click on it, and then they just they miss it. So just want to let you know that those are the next steps. Just follow that. It's pretty simple, pretty easy. And then I check the Google Docs form periodically, and usually within a couple hours, but worst case 24 to 48 hours if I'm not sitting in front of the computer. So and then I'll get you squared away. So awesome, Georgie. Welcome. And future sniper over there. Arnold, awesome, Georgie. I'll be there. So ask me if you need help. Yeah, you can always tag me, and if I'm not available or I'm not getting back to you quick enough, Arnold's been awesome. And you could also tag Arnold, longtime market sniper. He helps with questions and stuff like that as well. He's helping me out over there and volunteers his time. He volunteers his time over there. I don't pay him. I don't pay Arnold. He's a volunteer moderator, sniper over there. I appreciate your service over there. My man. But I'm sure he's making it up on trades. So let's keep going. That's the NASDAQ. Continues to creep higher. Will it continue to creep higher the rest of this week? And then we'll find out if it has 8 consecutive green candles in a row like Bitcoin, and then have a red one after that. So PayPal, still bullish, right? Talked about this in the newsletter. Shout out to Aldo for calling me out for saying the newsletter too many times. But I put it out in the newsletter with a buy signal at 61.32, currently up from the newsletter and the buy signal 2.62%. It's so early. It's still possible early. The arrow is on the outside of this downward trend line, right? For as a higher probability, right? So higher probability. You could probably even move it down here, right? And then you see that it's already breaking out. I actually like that one better, right? So a touch point, and then broke back down here, bullish divergence, right? Long-term bullish divergence, and then a buy signal above the downward trend line with a buy signal, and now it's just pushing out, and that was your higher probability, right? So there's a gap at $72.55. Definitely follow me over on the newsletter, right? You can find me on Jesse Olson, or subscribe here, right? Subscribe there as well. So anyways, that's PayPal. I've got another one after this week. I'm going to send out the newsletter probably before Sunday. I'm going to plan to do Sundays, but Sunday is Christmas Eve, right? So it's the holidays. I'll be seeing family, right? So I'm not going to have time to send it out on Sunday. So I'll probably send it out possibly on Friday. Maybe I'll send it out on Friday after the close or even in the mornings. I'll get the newsletter ready and send it out. I got a PayPal November 3rd. Awesome. Awesome. November 3rd. Where's that? November 3rd. Nice. Nice. Buy signal on November 3rd, right? Buy signal on November 3rd at $56. Great job. Great job, Javier. Great job. All right. So make sure to know what your take profit strategy is, all that stuff, Javier. What is your game plan? Comment what your game plan is. Let me know what you're doing on PayPal. What's your plan, right? Remember, the 200-week moving average is all the way up here at 146. Woo-wee. Woo, woo. We'll see. We'll see. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. We do have this pretty big gap up here at $72. Would take some time to play out. If this is going to be a longer term move, right? It would take a while to get back and retest the 200-week moving average, which it hasn't retested since January 2022. So this stock has been beaten up hard, right? It's been beaten up hard. And oh, by the way, if you're a fundamentals person, which I'm not, it was profitable and there was a positive surprise in Q3, right? I'm not a fundamentals trader, but if you are, then there you go. So positive on 3, right? Cardano spot, 30 cents, paid for the whole Discord subscription. Oh, and then some. And then some, Arnold. Come on. Don't hold back on that one. You know it paid for it. You know it paid for it. Yeah. All right. Make sure you don't get too confident, though. Don't get too confident. Don't risk more than you're willing to lose. Don't go too high of leverage. Don't start getting that 20x, 30x leverage, 50x leverage. In my opinion, you should stay away from that because all the people who post 20x, all the people who post 50x, all the people who post 1,000, not 1,000x, 500x I've seen, right? 500x leverage, they only post their wins. I never see them post their losses, right? So probably even on 10%. 10%, it would be the max that I traded with a big account. That 10, like I've done 20x, but it was small amounts, right? And I've won on it and I've lost on it, right? But 10x would be the biggest I would go on my larger accounts, right? So you better know what you're doing. If you're going a larger amount or 10x, you better have stalked that trade for a while. You better have stalked it like a sniper, watched it, waited patiently, and then snipered it at the right time, right? You better have done all of that and have your stop losses, all that. Yeah, filling that gap would be awesome. I'll be looking to sell in the 80s. Okay. All right. Cool. Whatever your strategy is awesome, right? Don't forget, though. Don't forget. Don't forget. And then also know if you're based off of the daily chart or the weekly chart, right? So the daily chart was bullish and you got it in November 3rd. And it's still bullish, right? It's creeping up to $63 now, $80. That's a good move, right? It's a good move. And expect pullbacks along the way. But just keep in mind, the weekly chart is now flipped bullish after long-term bullish divergence, right? I could see that price comes back up, even this pivot point here, price retesting at $100, right? So stick to your plan. Do you, Javier? But there are many reasons why for $100 probably. There's that gap at 72. And then, of course, the 200-week moving average lurking at $146. I'm curious, since we're here, let's change this to the day. What is the 200-day moving average? Coming into the 200-day moving average right now, right? So it's been rejected off of that as well, pumped up here like that. So also, if it gains the 200-day moving average, remember, like 70, 80% of all stocks of the S&P 500, this is the NASDAQ, but the PayPal is on NASDAQ, but of S&P 500 stocks are back with the 200-day moving average. So many many investors, traders are going to think, and maybe some algorithms will kick in that, hey, this buy the dip season once it regains the 200-day moving average, right? And then maybe back above the 200-week moving average, maybe some more algorithms, investors kick in that above the 200-week moving average. But getting back above the 200-day moving average could signal and prompt some oh, dropped my cap. I was playing with my cap. There we go. Timeout. Timeout. Got it. Got my cap. All right. I was playing with it. It gets back above the 200-day moving average, and you can see it's kind of leveling out a little bit, right? Too early to say, but it's possible that you kind of see like retest, go sideways, pump up, regain it like that, and then it's off up like that, right? So kind of see that 200-day moving average there, and a lot of investors are going to think that's buy the dip season. Yes, we were early, right? You go back to like the daily chart. We were early back here. The buy signal is on November 3rd. You were early, right? Talking about it way back here, bullish divergence. But that's something to also be aware of, that if you do your research, like a lot of these stocks have been beaten up, and once they regain the 200-day moving average, sometimes there's large spikes through it like that, then comes back for a retest of it, finds support, puts in a higher low, right? So that's something to pay attention to, kind of let the trending dots catch up as well, right? And so that could be a game plan. So even if it's possible it comes up, retests it like that, then comes back, fills the gap over there. Now I'm just drawing all over the place, right? Fills that gap or partial fill, comes back down, puts in a higher low, and then takes off to the upside like that. So just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Hope that helps, Javier. But yeah, keep your plan. Keep your plan. Veritone, right? Had that buy signal. It was one of my AI stock plays. You get the 200-day moving average well below it, right? A lot of people will still say that's bearish, right? Let's move this back to the weekly chart, though. I want to move back to the weekly chart. So it doesn't even have a 200-week moving average yet. Still a 17% gap, but it's almost like it's putting in a possible higher low, and it's almost like one of those Bitfarm / Huts. You needed extra patience for it, right? So that's Veritone. TDOC, right? TDOC's still bullish on the daily chart. And then on the weekly chart, there's a pending buy signal on Teladoc. Unity Software had that reverse candle in the weekly chart, and then a buy signal still pushing up 4 shorter term targets there. And then you got longer term targets up there. AI, they're all going to start looking very similar. Let's move over to the Magnificent Seven. What's happening over there? NVIDIA. Let's go to the daily chart on NVIDIA. So we talked about this yesterday, right, on the live stream. You had that bearish divergence over here. Came all the way back down, hit 3 of the 4 targets to shorter term targets to downside, rallied all the way back up. And we talked about it yesterday. Would it possibly put in a lower high, right? Would it possibly put in a lower high just below this blue line here, right? We had it mapped out all the way from back over here. So bearish divergence here, came all the way back down. Would it possibly put in a lower high? We don't know yet. We don't know yet. It's possible. We got a pending reverse candle, right? Pending reverse candle here, and we'll find out. But that is down 1.63% today. Meta, right? Maybe it just pulls back like Meta and then comes back out and pushes to 2023 highs, not all-time highs, but 2023 highs. So Meta continues to be bullish on the daily chart, continues to be bullish on the weekly chart, and continues to push up, right? Amazon, ultra bullish on the weekly chart, continues to push up. Microsoft, still bullish on the daily chart. It's been consolidating since making all-time highs a couple weeks ago, back in November. All-time highs there at 384. Still consolidating for the past couple weeks, letting the trending dots kind of catch up. Tesla had that breakout, right? Had that breakout It's been bullish on the weekly chart back here since 234. Did consolidate for a few weeks. Now we have a green trending dot on Tesla. Looks like if you kind of zoom in here in the lower time frame, right? Broke out, fake out to the downside, came all the way back up. Never had two pending sell signals. Never had a sell signal. Reversed straight back up and broke out of that downward trend line. So still bullish on the daily and the weekly chart on Tesla. Apple kind of flat today, right? Kind of flat today. We'll see. Apple made all-time highs at 199. Still bullish on the daily chart. Still currently bullish on the weekly chart as well. Trending dots got kind of extended away. Could consolidate for a few weeks. Let the trending dots and the moving averages catch up. Google still bullish on the daily chart. Broke out of this downward trend line, right? Fake out, came back down. Possible higher low, breakout again, right? Trending dots flipping green on the daily chart. Weekly chart is still bullish. And that's about it for the Magnificent Seven. And let's go back to there. So here we are. Bitcoin still just below $42,000, right? Just below $42,000. We'll continue to watch it. Ethereum breaking down still back down to basically 2150, right? Pending sell signal still. Sand, Near, Dot, Chainlink, Solana, Cardano, Matic breaking down. So Matic back below the 200-week moving average, could be breaking back down. Bitfarm still ultra bullish. It was pending, not ultra bullish. So we'll continue to watch it because remember, that is a bearish engulfing candle, but there was one that was a bullish one, right? So could just flip back around. Hive, right? Wild animals. So we'll continue to watch it. We've got through all the charts. Let's see if we got any questions or anything you want me to take a look at. Dot, we covered Dot. Let's see, ADA, Solana, we covered that. What else? Any other requests? PayPal, we covered that one. Cardano, awesome. Yeah, that's pretty much it there. Let's take a scroll through. Let's take a look at anything that might jump out at us. We're only at 37 minutes. So we knocked out these charts real fast. Jesse, are you really going to miss the long to 44K? Was you covered? Yeah, briefly. Are you going to miss the long to 44,000? Not sure you're talking about Bapster, right? Let's see. Unity Software. Yeah, I mean, it's ultra bullish, Javier. Still ultra bullish, so not much to report on the daily chart, right? Still ultra bullish there. It did hit the fourth shorter term target today, right? Today it did hit the fourth shorter term target. If you look on the weekly chart, also had that buy signal after the reverse candle and came back down here, wicked all the way down, right? So you do have longer term targets as well. It's bullish on the weekly chart and it's ultra bullish on the daily chart as of right now. And 4 out of 4 shorter term targets have been hit. There's a gap that was filled way back here, right? So it's making a move. Had a candle close back above this pivot point. Is it going to come back up and retest this area up here? Breakthrough, find support, flip resistance and support. We'll find out. What else? Target up 1%. Let's not forget this gap down here. Let's put that gap on there just to keep an eye on it, right? Let's look at that style. Let's change this to there, yellow, because then I know it's a gap, right? If I got the yellow dotted line, I don't have to label it. I just know it's a gap. So you've got it gapped up, ultra bullish, still bullish, right? Still bullish, and took out this pivot point here. And if you look at the weekly chart, it's still bullish on the weekly chart. Hasn't retested the 200-week moving average since April 2023. Not that long, but it is bullish on the weekly chart. What else? Lemonade, still bullish on the weekly chart, right? Did have that big gap up as well. We're going to keep an eye on that gap down here at $11.23, but it is currently still bullish there. Bearish divergence, though. Bearish divergence. Bearish divergence. So we'll keep an eye on Lemonade. Would be awesome if filled that gap because I never got in, right? I never got into Lemonade. I took longs there and I took profits, went through this big consolidation, called out bullish divergence, and I was waiting for a higher probability move, and they gapped it up on me. They, the market makers, gapped it up on me. Lemonade gapped up huge, right? It was a huge gap up, gapped all the way up, like 40%, came back down. I never got back in, right? There's still a gap left open at 11, so we'll find out. What else? VIX, not much to report there. GBTC, MicroStrategy, the other day hit longer term target 4, right? So longer term target 4. Is it possible Bitcoin also hits longer term target 4, right? So it is possible. It's not off the table yet, right? It's still kind of in decision mode on Bitcoin, even though it is kind of breaking down right now. Doesn't mean the bottom of this retracement at 40,000 isn't in yet. Still kind of in no man's land. If it's going to come up and hit this target or this target first, right? So we'll find out. We will see, prior to the next halving. I think eventually it's going to hit this target, right? Eventually it's going to hit this target, and seems like eventually it's going to hit this target. When, we don't know. These are longer term targets. We've got the shorter term targets here. We'll continue to watch it there. What else jumps out at us? We're at about 41 minutes here. Litecoin. There is a sell signal on Litecoin, right? Litecoin only hit one of the targets so far to the upside. Toe tapped the second one, but never hit it. Oh, it did hit it. Oh, sorry. It did hit target 2, never hit target 3 or target 4 as of yet, right? Sell signal just, hasn't been that great, right? Rivian broke out similar to Tesla. We were talking about it. Ultra bullish on Rivian daily chart. I know Arnold is loving that one. Yeah, we covered. Oh, ADA. Well, you have sharpshooter candles, Arnold. You have sharpshooter candles. Breaking down there, right, on the daily chart, weekly chart, still ultra bullish on the weekly chart, right? So it's still ultra bullish on the weekly chart. So even if it's a correction, right, doesn't mean it can't just wick down similar to over here and then shoot right back up. So, but the weekly chart is a lagging indicator. It is ultra bullish on the weekly chart. But yeah, you have the sharpshooter candles, my man. So let's keep going. What else? Went through that. Zillow. Where was I at? Square. Oh, Square. I saw Square. I was looking at that one. It was up 4%, ultra bullish on the daily chart still, right? Ultra bullish there. Weekly chart had a buy signal and got very close to the March 2020 lows, and then found support, reversed, and hasn't retested 200-week moving average since April 2022. So it is trending that way on Square. What else? SoFi, still bullish on the weekly chart, right? Still bullish on the weekly chart. Higher low, continue upward, same as what Solana did. Okay. I'm looking at 80 cents as target. Okay. What else? Still bearish on weekly chart. So most likely natural gas futures as well on the weekly chart. What else? Let's see. Shop, still bullish on the weekly chart. This was a low, higher low, reverse candle, getting very close to 200-week moving average, right? So it's getting very close to it, closing $79 right now. Closing in, it's at $81.19 currently. So keep an eye on Shop there. Let's see. ARK. What's ARK doing today? Weekly chart is still bullish, right? So you had the low here, you had a higher low reverse candle on the weekly chart, and then buy signal and continue up. Has not retested 200-week moving average since February 2022. It is trending that way on ARK as well, right? ARK is currently at $72.50. What else? What else? What else? Let's see. I have a couple more I want to take a look at. Oh, better. Oh gosh. This is a crazy one that Crypto Stew in the Discord pointed out, right? 90% gap, right? 90% gap, and there's a buy signal at 53 cents, right? If you look at Better Home and Finance, look at this is a crazy move, right? This is a crazy move. So it did nothing forever, did nothing, and then spiked up to $62 and flipped right back around. That looks like Luna, right? That looks like a Luna crypto asset, and then did nothing forever. And then there's a buy signal on the daily chart at 53 cents, right? Huge gap. It was like a 90% gap, right? So that would be insane if it filled that gap. But it's like a lottery ticket to $73. But yeah, shout out to Crypto Stew. He's been in there since day one. And you got this gap here at $17. Price is at 61 cents. And there's a buy signal on the daily chart at 53 cents, right? So buy signal, right? Weekly chart. It's just flatlined on the weekly chart. I don't know. And you might get lucky, you might not, but that's a massive, massive gap. Gap followed by a bigger gap, right? That doesn't even make sense, right? Doesn't even make sense. But I just thought that was kind of interesting. DKNG, DraftKings did have a sell signal, probably bearish divergence, possibly lower high, bearish engulfing candle, right? You do have a gap down here. Could come back for a retest there. Weekly chart, still currently bullish, possibly letting the trending dots catch up. We talked about it way back here, right? That's about it. Let me know if you have anything else. I'm looking at 80 cents target, okay? Same as what Slong did, okay? Right? Let's see. What else? That's about it. Yep. Bitcoin holding 42,000. One thing to keep in mind, though, is that the weekly chart is still currently ultra bullish, right? So still currently ultra bullish, and the dips could be bought up, right? The 4-hour chart does have a pending sell signal now, right? Does have a pending sell signal. So we'll find out if it finds support, kind of flips back around. Possible it comes back down, hits target 4, right? So it's kind of all over the place. The weekly chart is still ultra bullish. The daily chart is still currently bullish with bearish divergence, right? Candle doesn't look great. And then the 4-hour chart has a pending sell signal. And of course, if it follows Ethereum, there's a pending sell signal on the daily chart and already took out the pivot low. With that, I think we're going to call it. I don't see any other comments. We're going to keep it to about 48 minutes. No need to flip the hat backwards today. We'll continue to watch it. Follow me over on Market Sniper Pro over here. We've got posting charts over there daily for the most part. Discord's over here. Free newsletter on the Discord as well. Follow me at Market Sniper. Smash the like button. Smash the subscribe button. Thank you for all of your support, and hope you have a good rest of your day. And don't forget to take profits along the way. Have a good day. Don't forget to take profits along the way. Thank you, and we'll see you tomorrow.